The knowledge chest. Knowledge is power. Hi, welcome to another NVDA lesson. We have progressed up to lesson 13 already. We've gone far in our NVDA journey. Today I would like to speak about the internet. Yes, people, finally, the internet. Why is it called the web? Simply, and I didn't even know that. So when it was presented to me in this format, the answer, when it was presented to me in the way it was done, I was quite amazed. But the reason or the whole thing came about because the internet is an interconnected web of links and links and links, and a web page can contain lots of links that can reference to other web pages, which can then even reference back to the original web page. Therefore, we call it a web. So it's really like a spider's web. I am going to do this whole lesson with Google Chrome. Some of you may prefer Microsoft Edge, and that's good. NVDA works well with that browser as well. But Google Chrome is one that many people, or most people that I know, use. So if it's okay, let's continue with Chrome. I have created a shortcut to Chrome on my desktop, and you can do it as well by actually then just going to the section where I explain on how to create shortcuts. Create one there, but I'm going to use the letter G just to jump to Chrome here.
G, Google Chrome 20 of 31.
And enter on that.
Toolbar.
You can use Alt plus D to move to the address bar or Control L, and I'm going to do that now.
Google search how much paracetamol.
Now I've searched lots of things. How much paracetamol is contained in what, because I found stuff about painkillers. No, not that I'm addicted. It's just that sometimes I do have lots of pain, and then the person, you research what is the best. If you want, you can even delete that suggestion by actually tabbing.
Google search how much paracetamol is in.
And then you can press delete there.
Blank.
And then it will be gone. But now I want to show you something, because now lots of what I'm going to demonstrate is going to be on a website called nvaccess.org. So I'm on the address bar, and I'm going to type www.n.
N unselected.
Let's see if Google can find that for me. NV.
V unselected. A unselected. C unselected.
So let's see what happens. CESS.org.
Selection removed.
Okay, now so Google didn't find that for me because I've purposely wiped out the history and stuff of my searches, which you can do. But if I did not, Google would attempt to fill in the name of the web page for me. And that's handy at times, especially when you've visited the page before and you don't want to type out the entire address. I'll press enter.
Org. NVAccess org selected. NV Access. Heading level 1.
Lovely. I'm on the page. Now the page may load fast, or it may take time depending on the speed of your internet and stuff. So now I'm on the page, and I can use Control Home to go to the top of the page. I'm going to do it now.
Heading level 1 visited no bold NV access empowering lives 3 non-visual access to technology.
NV access, we read a whole lot of stuff there. Now, what I want to point out to you here is that I am on this web page, and NVDA reads web pages using a mode called browse mode. Often in a document like or an editor like WordPad or Word, you read documents and you can edit them. But documents that often cannot be edited, like web pages that can't just be edited, you need quite advanced software to do that. There, NVDA would use browse mode, and in browse mode I can use Control Home,
2023 NV heading level 1.
Control End, and my arrow keys to move up and down, left and right, and so forth on the page. The next topic I want to speak regarding the web and NVDA is a thing called heading navigation. Now, what is heading navigation? Heading navigation simply means that when you use the letter H or Shift H, then you can move forward by heading level, and that may mean heading level 1, 2, 3. It doesn't really matter. I'll explain a bit later regarding the heading levels. So I'm going to do that. Press H.
We believe that bold every blind vid. The facts heading level 2. Millions of people heading level 3. Technology is the key heading level 3. Millions of people heading. The facts head.
So what have I done? I've used H and Shift H to move backwards and forwards on the web page using heading levels. But I did not distinguish between the heading levels. I just pressed an H and NVDA read each heading to me, regardless of the heading level. Now, what is heading levels? Heading levels are ways to, let's call it, or throw the page into compartments, sections. Now, heading level 1 is usually a main heading, a big main heading, and heading level 2 would be just beneath that, up to heading level 6. So I'm going to use the number 1 at the top row to see if there are any more heading level 1s. The first one I found here,
Heading level 1 visited NV access,
is the main heading of the page at the top. Let's see if there's another one.
no next heading at level 1. No next heading at level 1.
No next heading at level 1. So let's see if there is something else in heading level 2. I'm going to use the number 2.
We believe that bold every block. The facts heading level 2. How to get involved heading level 2. Our manifesto heading level 2. We're trusted and supported by heading level 2. Our manifesto heading level 2.
And I pressed 2, and then I pressed Shift and the 2 to move backwards and forwards. Let's see, what about heading level 3s?
Bold millions of people heading level 3. Technology is the key heading level 3. The issue heading level 3.
And heading level 4s?
No next heading at level 4.
No, there's no next heading there. Let's go to the top of the page and search from there.
No next heading at level 4.
Nothing. Okay, so you've seen now that the page is divided into headings and sections, and in that way you can quickly search for what you need. But now I want to speak about links. And NVDA has lots of links on its page. So most web pages link to other pages. Okay, so it's often possible to follow a trail from a link on one page to another page and another. Okay, so sometimes following links like this, as I said, may even lead back to the original page. So let us look at some examples here. I'm just going to quickly see if I can locate it quickly so that I can demonstrate this. Let us see if we can locate a link to download the NVDA software. How would I do that? I know that it must be somewhere on this page, or I hope so. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to try and find that word with the NVDA find keystroke. So let's see if it's possible to do that.
Find dialog. Type the text you wish to find blank.
So I press NVDA key and Control and F, and I type the word download.
D.
I press enter.
Bold download.
I found the occurrence, but let's just make sure. I'm going to use the up arrow here.
Collapsed submenu about. Download.
And
Get help. Download.
there it is. It's a link. It's a link, and links can often be accessed by pressing tab or shift tab, but I find it quicker to search for a link using the find function. Now another way would be to use the NVDA key F7.
Turn uncarried browse. And elements list dialog.
It's called the elements list. Now the elements list is a list that displays all elements on the page. So what is an element? An element can be a button, or it can be an edit field, or it can be any what shall I call it, any marker that helps you to find or to distinguish something can be seen as an element. So one of the things in the elements list would be the download link. So I've pressed NVDA key plus F7, I'm going to press a D and find out if there's a download link.
D. Donate to D. Download 5 of 53 level 0.
Ah, there it is. So I can, if I know the page and I know what is on the page, or I am looking for something that I think would be there, then I can also find it in that way. What I would also like to show you now is that if I press Shift plus Tab,
Type.
then I get to the type.
Links focused checked Alt K.
Let's see if it's a tree view.
Type. Grouping. Links checked Alt.
No, it's like a group box. And You can even search for specific types of element in the elements list. Let's just up and down here to hear what it says.
Landmarks checked LD.
Landmarks,
Buttons checked LB.
buttons,
Form fields checked LF.
form fields.
Headings checked LH.
So, for instance, if I would search for only headings in my elements list, I don't want to search for buttons, I don't want to search for edit fields, I don't want to search for links, but only for headings on this page. And I want it to be thrown in a list. I would press Alt-H, and when I press Tab,
Tree view. NV Access Empowering Lives 3 Non-Visual Access to Technology Expanded 1 of 1 Level 0.
then I could find heading levels in that way. If I'm searching for links, I can use the links keystroke Alt-K.
Type. Grouping. Links checked Alt-K. Tree view. NV Access Empowering Lives 3 Non-Visual Access to Technology. Donate 2 of 53. Home. About.
And there I can find links, and in that way you can basically also search by type. So the elements list, people, is very, very powerful. In that way you can, or you will then be able to search for different elements on the page that will then be thrown in a list, and you can move to them and press enter to activate them. I believe that's all for today in the NVDA webpage, and I am very grateful that you joined me for today's lesson. Just remember that any web page can be navigated as long as you can read the text on that page. Unfortunately, not all web pages are screen reader friendly. Unfortunately, not all web developers and web designers think of screen reader users. But mostly these days, you will find that people try and make a website screen reader friendly. I hope this lesson was helpful to at least one person today. Stay well, and we'll speak again.